Hello, and welcome to another tutorial on a product called Vialogues. You can get access to it at vialogues.com. It is a freebie, and basically where the name comes from is video plus dialogues. That's Vialogues. And so you will have to sign up to get an account, and you can use your Google account or really any email to create an Ed Lab account. Your videos will be stuck at a size of 1 gig or less, and that's should be fine. Usually if you get to more than 2 gigs, 3 gigs, you're talking about an entire movie, an entire DVD, and nothing I think needs to be that long, so you should be okay there. So this allows your students, you can upload a video and allows your students to make comments. They can watch the video, and at various points, if they have a question, they can pause it and ask that question. And other students that you've shared the video with, along with yourself, have the ability to kind of see what they've said, what they've asked, and make comments in it as well. You can also preload questions at various points along the way in this video, which does give the students a little bit of accountability to make sure that they've watched it, because you can get a report to see who has watched it, who has spent time in the video, any length of time, and allows the student to then make comments. They're time stamped. Students get a little bit more engaged, and it's a way to scaffold the learning along the way. So let me show you one that I have done already, and then we'll talk about how to make one. So this one is called How Do Interest Rates Work? And so I'm going to show you just some of this. I'm not going to have the volume on, so you won't be able to see specifically, but I'm going to basically describe things along the way as to what's happening. And you can see down here we have this little comment bubble and the number 2 in here, which is telling you the number of comments that we have. So in order to launch the video, let's go ahead and play it. And you can see we have the launch icon here to play the video. We have 2 tabs down here, a comment tab or a poll tab, which is something else that you can do. You can upload a video, whether it's something that you create yourself, a video file that you already have, or something from YouTube or Vimeo will work as well. But you can actually do a poll. You can have a poll built in if you want to ask your students something along those lines. I'm going to keep it on the comment tab here because I think that's primarily how most people are going to use it. You see we have a pause video as you type. You have a post button, and you're going to enter your comments here. And you can also hit Control Enter to post, as well as hitting the post button. And you'll see that at these marks in the video, if I come back to the video itself, it's a 3-minute and 35-second video. At 2 minutes, here is a comment, and at 2:30, here's another comment, and you'll just kind of see how this goes along. So again, I'm going to move ahead. So at 2 minutes of this video, which is about where we're at right now, this is the post that was in here. And so the instructor, myself, puts this question in here. Federal funds adjust Fed adjusts interest rates with the hope of spurring all sorts of other changes in the economy. To accomplish the opposite and cool the economy as raises rates. So it's a comment in here that an individual has made, and then someone else at 2:30 has the ability to make another comment and add to it. So this, I just created a couple of comments here from selected students. Although they're both me, you would have a student name in here in order to see what that is all about. So just wanted to give you an indication as to how it works, what it looks like. Notice up here another way to kind of look around to see what other people have done with this tool is to use the Explore key and type in something like interest rates, and maybe you'll run across this one if this one's been shared and made public, which we'll talk about. Or you might just want to get some ideas of other ways to use the tool. The comments are always going to appear on the right side of the video, and then at the end you have the ability to share with either a link or embed code. Now if you're going to keep your videos private, not make them public, the easiest way to do that is to share this link or embed code. Getting your students to sign up with an account is not a bad idea, but it's also not necessary if you're going to give them the link directly. So it's just one of those things that you have to think about. Here's the share icon right up here. That'll tell you those types of things. So let's go ahead and do a new one. Let's create a new one. We're going to click on the Create button right here. Okay, so we've clicked the Create button and we have some choices here. The nice thing about the setup and the steps is everything's numbered. We have a number 1. You have to do something here, then you have to go down to number 2, then you move down to number 3, and finally create your video at the end. So just a few steps, relatively easy to do. So here's your choices here. Number 1, this is where you're adding your video. So you can go to videos that you have saved on your machine. You can search for videos, or if you have a link to a video, it's going to be on your computer. You'll go this way. If you have the link already, which is what I do for my example, and here's a list of the file types, the video file types that it will accept. So I'm going to paste this in and hit add. Now the assumption here is that you've watched the video already. It's the right length, it's the right topic, it's appropriate, that type of thing, and you're comfortable having that be something you want to put into the class. You can change the video here if after you review it or you have second thoughts, you can pull this one down and add another one. So define this, give your Vialogue a name. Now, it would seem right now that it's not that important to have a specific name or a very detailed name, but if you're going to use this tool a lot, if you're going to have, let's say, one of these a week in a particular class and you have multiple classes, have a title that clearly will identify for you what it is so that you don't have to open all of them up and watch them every time when you want to provide the link to your students. So come up with a specific name. Social Security. If you are retiring today, I'm just making something up. But obviously come up with something that you would want them to do or any specific directions that they're going to have along the way. I can be public with this, or I can be selective. If you are selective, you're going to have to come up with individual email addresses here. Or what I like to do is just use this option here, which is a link, and then I can just put the link right in the class. You can add a moderator. You need to invite him or her to this if you want to have someone else help you with this process of managing this Vialogue. You can add their email address here. Disable comments is an option. Why bother? The whole purpose of this type of tool is to actually allow students to have that set of comment options available to them. So we have the video. You can see here, if we had given some instruction here, we could create a poll and everybody could vote on something if that was the purpose of this particular assignment. But all you're going to do here is maybe put a set of instructions here. You already have some descriptions in the description, and so that shows up right here. You may want to add something else right here to get them started, and then you'll post and they'll show up here. As they would like to add comments, if they're going to watch a video at a particular spot, again, the video is going, it's moving on. This is a particular situation where they're looking at $50,000 and how much would you get and so forth. So maybe at this particular point, you might want to add something like, in your own words, describe AIME. Okay, and then as a student gets to this particular spot, they'll have the option to go ahead and do that. If I decide I don't want this question, if I want to edit this question, I have those particular options here. Students will then add their information along the way. Okay. All right, so that's how you're going to go ahead and add videos, add comments or questions along the way. Students will then watch the video and they can make those comments at those appropriate places, or really any place they have the need to make a comment. Maybe they're watching the video, they're hearing some of it, they're seeing some of the explanation, and maybe they don't understand something. They could also ask a question the same way, and then that would be alerted to you as a comment that you have not seen. So if you click on the share icon here, you will see that there's a link or embed code if you were putting this into a website, but we would probably use the direct link that you can then post in your class, or the other option, because this is a selective, you can email them this particular link. So I want to show you one last thing. I have the one that I just created plus the previous one here. You can see there's 2 comments and 1 comment here. The length of time of each of these particular videos. Particular video is locked, so you got to have access to it. You got to have the particular link. So I want to show you about some reporting that you can get. If you click on more info, you can see all of the Vialogues that you have created here. So again, as we see a Vialogue with individual comments, we have the reply button. The author has the ability to edit, and the author has the ability to delete. And then you have adding a new comment at various time stamps along the way. So again, as a faculty, you'll be able to see the timestamps. You can see exactly when someone may have had a question or when they made a comment, and you have your archive all here along the right side for you. So hopefully this is something that you might find some use with if you're somebody who likes to put videos into your class, but you're just not sure that anybody's accessing them. You don't know how long they're looking at them, if they are accessing them, and you're not really sure that they're specifically getting out of them exactly what you want to. Again, it's called Vialogues. You can get to it at vialogues.com, and it is a free tool. Thanks for watching.